Hi all and welcome back to my Let's Play of Morrowind. There may be just a... My name's Billy, by the way, and, well, you know that if you're here. Or you maybe don't. Who am I to assume? There may be a couple of changes to audio. I've had a bit of a nightmare over the last 24 hours trying to get my audio set up to work how it used to. I believe I've got it correct now. In fact, I've actually changed things slightly, so you might not hear as much in regards to keyboard noises, which is always good. But I think I've got it changed back to how we want it and how it's going to be. So, fingers crossed, we should be able to move on forward and carry on with our Let's Play. Audio is a nightmare. It's like the one thing that I can never get my head around. I can do video editing relatively okay. I can do playing games okay. I think the good thoughts sometimes. But audio I just find like nonsensical. I could just do with finding a good guide, to be honest, which I believe do exist, so perhaps it's just a bit more looking on my part. It's just like when you're halfway through doing Let's Play and you've recorded like 2-3 episodes and you go back to edit the first one and you're just like, this audio doesn't sound how I want it to, and then it's like, what do? I tried to edit it down to how I wanted it, but that didn't prove to be possible to get it absolutely perfect, but I think we're on the right path anyway. So excuse any hiccups or anything we've had over the last few videos. Moving flats and stuff has been a time, so to speak, so hopefully it's all resolved now. Anyway, to Ebonheart. I think I'm going to attempt to take the Mage's Guild from Balmora. I should have just taken it from Vivek, to be honest, but it's probably quicker to get to Balmora. I say that, I've just watched some videos back of some recent playthroughs and realised that I think it was like episode 20 odds or something, so, you know, almost 20 episodes ago, and I'm still like having to look at maps for my way around Balmora, so we've not got much better at that. But there we go, Mage's Guild, that's where we want, isn't it? Yes.
I don't know where.
Hello. So last episode we busted someone out of prison, which was like, that's a fun episode. And we did it just by running through them mostly. Who does it? You do the teleporting, don't you? Do you have... No, we don't have Ebonheart. Where have I seen Ebonheart then? Let me have a think and see what we can find. So apparently we can get a boat from Sadrith Mora, which is still one of the better looking places in this game, I have to say. Not better, that's probably the wrong way to go about it. I think probably one of the biggest things this game does is visual art. It looks pretty, but it's just so unique. I love it here. I wonder if you can get a house here. We've not even looked into houses. I think I need to, like, my plan so far, or not so far, but at the moment really, is to main quest it. Probably to the end now, so just gun that down and then we'll finish off the guilds that we're looking at, but I also need to have a look online to see if there's any... There we go, Ebonheart, fresh off the boat. Oh, that's cool. You know we're gonna have to get a screenshot of that. Yeah, so what was I saying? I'm being really bad at this at the moment. I kind of like that shot there. I need that to go away still. Yeah, that's cool. There you go. There's your, what's it called? Your screenshot. So it's definitely an Imperial-ish town. Hello. This is Ebonheart, home of Castle Ebonheart, the Duke, the Council, and Hawkmoth Fort. Are you looking for a specific place? I can't remember. Is it Hawkmoth Fort? She'll meet me at Holomayan, a dissident priest monastery, and we'll get the lost prophecies. I'll go to East Docks in Ebonheart and find Blatter Heteria. So... Oh. Ebonheart's like a part of Vivek. I didn't even realise that. East Empire South Warehouse. So this is kind of the East Docks. So we just need to find the right person around here. And that should let us get to where we want to. You're not Blatter. I didn't even realise this was part of Vivek. I thought this was like a completely different town somewhere. Is it like the Imperial Quarter or something? Hello, you're the person I need. Yes, I'm Blatter Heteria. Do I know you? Right, you're Marabou. My friend said you might want to go fishing. Go fishing. I know a fine place. Excellent fishing. My friend Milo says it's her favourite fishing spot. You ready to go? Yes. Good. I'm ready to take you to Holomayan anytime you're ready to travel, and I'll be here to offer that service anytime you need it.
What's this about?
So I need to actually click travel. Do I? Or do I just need to go fishing? Or do I need to say Holomayan? Let's just try this. Just have to move the microphone very slightly. Hopefully that's not pickable up on. I'm Veveran Orion, a monk of Holomayan. The monastery is here on this island. Take the stone pathway north from the docks and the path uphill. The entrance is hidden by a magical shield. Wait or rest at the head of the path and the portal will open at dusk and dawn only. The magical twilight hours sacred to Azura. Milo has told us of your coming. You can find her in the library with Master Borello. Later I can arrange for you your return to Vivek when you're ready. Holomayan is a secret monastery of the Dissident priests. The monastery itself is beneath the surface of a remote island along Azura's coast, with only a single entrance hidden from view by hills and vegetation. The monastery is further protected by a magical shield which opens only at dusk and dawn. Do you have anything interesting? What's your background? You're a monk. Or are you a priest? A monkey priest. Let's go up. I like it here. Just noticed we were not equipped with a weapon. I wonder what had gone on, but it appears just normal things. Some rats. Let's test our new fireball spell. What was it? It was medium fireball, wasn't it? It seemed, when I did a quick test earlier, it seemed to use an acceptable amount of magicka. And we're killing rats rather quickly. It's just going to be a lot more combat friendly if I actually can hit it, because that was awful. So you have to kind of aim upwards when you're on a hill. And then we will swap to our short sword. There we go. Is this where I've got to be? In the monastery here on the island. A stone pathway north from the docks leads uphill to the entrance of Holomayan, but the portal opens only at dusk and dawn. Is this it? Welcome, Marabou. Malo has told us of your coming. You can find her in the library with Master Borello. What time are we on? Is that technically dusk? You must be doing very well for yourself. Can I help you? Dissident priest, we are fiercely loyal to the temple's ancient traditions, but we are troubled that the ultimate source of the tribunal's divinity might be the same source of Dagothar's evil power. Dagothar's power seems to wax as the tribunal powers wanes. Read the Progress of Truth and other documents of the Apocrypha in our library and you'll see why we were uneasy. Let's find Milo and move forward that way. Hello. Thank you, Marabou, for rescuing me. Now I'll stay here at Holomayan with Master Borello and assist him in the monastery's library. Master Gilvanus Borello is the abbot of our monastery and the head of our secret order. We have adopted the name the Dissident Priests. We are not ashamed of our disputes with the temple's hierarchy. Yep, we've heard that. Temple. The Tribunal Temple is a native religion of civilized Morrowind. They worship 3 god kings. Yeah, we know about this, don't we? What do you think of Chaos? Chaos has gone back to the Imperial City? He says he's been recalled? I wonder. I never know what he's thinking. I think he was involved with something secret, something dangerous. I was hoping he might help us. Now he's gone. I don't know what to think. Secret Order? Yeah, we've already done that. I need a mission, please. Persecuted by the Temple. Why does the Temple persecute the Dissident priests? Because attacks on the Temple weaken the faith and leave the people defenseless against the influence of Dagothar. Faith is what strengthens the will of the believer against Dagothar's lies. Faith is the source of the divine power that sustains the tribunal in their battle with Dagothar. Since the Empire, some Dhamma have turned away from the Temple. That's why Dagothar grows stronger, why blight storms and monsters threaten the land. So that's interesting, because, like, requiring a blind faith otherwise you strengthen the enemy is a pretty solid argument to give to someone who's just going to kind of be blindly into you anyway. I trust you guys a little less. Do you have anything else? Ministry of Truth was hollowed out to provide a prison and re-education center by the Temple Ordinators. I don't really like most of the people here. Okay. Borello, do you have anything for me? How can I help you? Merimilo has run terrible risks running at the Hall of the Wisdom and the Truth, and we are grateful that you rescued her from the Ministry of Truth. Nerevar. By the way, there are a few books from our library you might find of interest. Each gives a very different impression of Nerevar. I hope you find the books useful. Okay. Let me have a quick read and I'll see if I need to summate them. So, Book 1 is The Real Nerevar. This Telvanni retainer's informal histories of Nerevar lists no sources. When the Dummer followed Veloth to Morrowind, they were many warring clans, with no law or leader in common. One Dummer warlord, Nerevar, had the ambition to rule all of the Dummer. In that time, House Dwemer were great enchanters, so Nerevar went in secret to a Dwemer smith and asked for an enchanted ring that would help him. The ring gave its wearer the great powers of persuasion. For safety, it was enchanted to instantly kill anyone who wore it except Nerevar. The ring was called the Moon and the Star, and it helped Nerevar unite the various clans into the First Council. Later, however, disputes over religion divided the council, with House Dwemer and House Dagoth on one side and all of the houses on the other. Dwemer and Dagoth invited Orc and Nord clans as allies and held northwest Morrowind, while Nerevar mustered the other houses and nomad tribes and marched to meet the Dwemer-Dagoth Westerner forces. The armies met at the Red Mountain, a Dwemer stronghold. The Dwemer were defeated, with great slaughter and terrible sorceries were used, resulting in the utter extermination of the House Dwemer. House Dagoth and their allies. Nerevar was killed in the battle and his ring lost, but Nerevar's alliance survives in Morrowind's ruling political institution, the Grand Council. So the next book is something we've actually briefly touched on earlier when we did that escort quest for just one of the guys, I can't remember their names, but we touched upon the pilgrimage, which is a list of easy pilgrimages that you can make as a follower of Nerevar and like important places in his life. I guess we might have to end up doing this ourselves anyway, so I'll leave it here and see. But if we go across a place of importance from the pilgrim, I will read that section, which I think is a good halfway step. And let's read the... We've done the Progress of Truth. Let's read the Moon and the Star. Okay, it's only a couple of pages long, so let's read it together. This is a selection from various series of monographs by various Imperial scholars on Ashlander legends. In ancient days, the Deep Elves and a great host of outlanders from the west came to steal the land of the Dummer. In that time, Nerevar was the great Khan and the war leader of the House people, but he honoured the ancient spirits and the tribal law, and became as one of us. So when Nerevar pledged upon his great ring of the ancestors, one clan under Moon and Star, to honour the ways of the spirits and the rights of the land, all the tribes joined the House people to fight a great battle at Red Mountain. Though many Dummer, tribesmen and housemen died at the Red Mountain, the Dwemer were defeated and their evil magics destroyed, the outlanders driven from the land. But after this great victory, the power-hungry Khans of the great houses slew Nerevar in secret and settled themselves up as gods, neglecting Nerevar's promise to the tribes. But it is said that Nerevar will come again with his ring and cast down the false gods, and by the power of his ring will make good his promise to the tribes, to honour the spirits and drive the outsiders from the land. Interesting. So it seems to me that we're getting a load of conflicting stories. Yeah, each giving a different impression. I wonder if we've got what we actually need to do next. Lost Prophecies. Okay, I think I need to speak to her or him. Them. Let's do them about the Lost Prophecies. Or do you not have the option for me? Do I need to speak to you? I've reviewed the Apocrypha and found 2 passages of particular interest. We've made copies of these passages to give to you. Many are familiar with the 2 Nervarian prophecies among the Ashlanders called the Stranger and the 7 Visions. We have 2 other prophecies, the Lost Prophecy and the 7 Curses. This saying Lost Prophecy is getting a bit wearisome considering the Lost Prophets and all that grossness. Okay, it is what it is. And the 7 Curses that may offer additional insights into the riddles surrounding the coming of the Incarnate. Perhaps these are the lost prophecies that your friend Nabani Mesa told you about. We have also prepared a document for you called Kagranak's Tools. This document will explain to you and to others the terrible secret that the temple conceals about the true history of the tribunal and the corrupt nature of the divine powers. It is to conceal this secret that the temple persecutes the Nervarine and the dissident priests. This persecution must stop. We must be united against the true enemy, Dagoth Ur. And if you are the Nervarine, you must lead us against him. So what does the temple actually believe again? Do you have any information on that? So I just want to kind of get it all in line in front of me, just so I kind of know exactly what's going on. You got anything on the 9 Divines? No. Temple. The Tribunal Temple is the native religion of the civilized Morrowind. They worship the 3 gods, and are known together as a tribunal. They usually just call it the Temple. A mortal god in what the earth defeated the Dunmer's greatest enemies, the Nords and the Dwarves, and achieved divine substance through superhuman discipline and virtue, and through supernatural wisdom and insight. So it's those, apart from Vivek. Not even Vivek, it's these that are the issue. It's the Nerevar that's been left out. Okay. So, journal-wise, what do you want me to do? You've also given me something else, haven't you? We've read this. What else have we got? Tools. Summaries from the Apocrypha by Gilvers Borello, Abbot of the Holy Mayan, and various of the dissident priests. Beneath Red Mountain, Dwemer miners discovered a great magical stone. By diverse methods, Lords Kagranak, High Priest and Magecrafter of the ancient Dwemer, determined that this magical stone was the heart of the god Lorcan, cast here in the Dawn Era as punishment for his mischief in creating the mortal world. Determined to use its divine power to create a new god for the exclusive benefit of the Dwemer, Kagnarak forged 3 great enchanted artifacts which are called Kagranak's Tools. Wraithguard is an enchanted gauntlet to protect its wearer from destruction when tapping the heart's power. Sunder is an enchanted hammer to strike the heart and produce the exact volume and quantity of power decided. Keening is the enchanted blade that's used to flay and focus the power rises from the heart. When Kagranak uses these tools on the heart in the Battle of the Red Mountain, no one knows what happened, but the Dwemer race disappeared entirely from the mortal world. Lord Nerevar and Lord Dagoth retrieved these tools and didn't know what to do with them. Nerevar asked Dagoth to guard these tools while he went to consult with his counsellors, Vivek, Alamexia, and Suthasil. He left and spoke with the 3 counsellors, and they decided to return together in Red Mountain to decide what to do. But while Nerevar was gone, Dagoth was tempted and confused by the powers of the tools. When Nerevar and the counsellors arrived, he refused to give up the tools, claiming he had sworn to Nerevar to protect them. Then Dagoth fought with Nerevar and the counsellors and was mortally wounded and driven off, and the tools were recovered. Then Nerevar and his counsellors decided to take the tools for safekeeping. They all swore a great oath never to use the tools, but after Nerevar's death, Vivek, Alamex, the council, yielded to temptation. They took these tools themselves and went to Lorcan's hearts and brewery beneath the Red Mountain and gave themselves divine powers. But Dagoth had not died. We don't know what happened, but this is what we believe. His experiment with Kagnarak's tools joined him to the heart's divine nature in some way, so that he learned to draw power directly from the heart. We can conjecture that Dagoth Ur, driven by anger and greed, used the heart without caution and restraint, and as a result he became terribly powerful and terribly mad. But the tribunal showed great care and restraint in their use of the tools, and so they were not driven mad, and they did many good things. Nonetheless, the tribunal too appeared to have been corrupted by the heart's power, though more subtly. Kagnarak's tools are cursed. Stealing power from the heart of the god is a terrible folly and fated to disaster. The tribunal is losing its battle to control the power of the heart. They are sustained by the same power that drives Dagoth Ur mad. They grow weak and cannot protect us from Dagoth Ur. But even if they could, would we be wise to worship these gods such as these? They conceal the truth from us out of shame. They persecute the Nervarine and the dissident priests out of shame, when they should be welcoming them and enlisting their aid against Dagoth. The tribunal have done much good for Morrowind and the Dunmer, but they have succumbed to the temptation of Kagnorak's tools, and though these tools once may have seemed the instruments of salvation, they must be seen the instruments of doom. Whew. I mean, what do we need to do next then? I have like all sorts of things I want to say about this, but I kind of want to like actually know what the mission is. Have we got something to say to you? Hidden writings and the disputes between the priests and the temple. Okay, I need to go and talk to Nibani Mesa again. So as we head out here, so I'm just having a check in here, see if there's anything of use. Doesn't appear so. So as we leave here, I actually find the most interesting thing about this is there seems to have been quite a large fight over the messaging of the story and what happened at the Red Mountain, and that actually seems like a central tenet of this game. You know, that people are fighting over the truth and what they believe is their version of the truth and the actual truth. And, you know, with such awesome power as the tribunal temples have had, they've managed to suppress anything that like goes against their word, which actually benefits them a large amount because they can then, you know, keep control in their own hands. So, like, that in itself is just like a really interesting story to me, because you don't ever see... games often work in the realm of... can we go back to Vivek or Sadrith Mora? Games often work in the realm of you gain a new piece of information and that narrative beat is either true or it's a step along the way to the truth, but it doesn't ever seem as mixed as this game is, or as interested in like the mixed upness. Usually a game will use that as a I got you over any other form of sort of like, the story isn't about the truth. The story, when the game's using a twist against you, it's not because the game wants you to think about truth and what truth is and how that can be corrupted. It's because it wants to win over you and give you that like jaw-dropping moment, which is still valuable. But this game seems really interested in how the truth can be used against people and how it can be corrupted and how, you know, people can be suppressed due to it. I like it. I like it a lot. It's a really good story, actually, so far. So what do we want to do now? We need to go and see them, Mesa, but they are here, aren't they? So we need to go from Margan. So from that, we want to go to Balmora. That's right, isn't it? Might be Aldaroon. Have you got Margan? No, it's Aldaroon. Oh, into a dust storm. Let's leave straight away to Margan. Let's go. Just hit a level 100 on the short blade skill, which is good, but it also means that I need to make sure I'm not just using the short blade all the time, as I have been, because I actually want to make sure our archery is getting higher. The only reason I did switch over is because I've not managed to find a good arrow salesman for a little minute, but there we go. Been walking for like 10 minutes. There really is no easy way to get here, is there? I am, because this video, when's this out? Is this Thursday? This might be Thursday. So, tomorrow, you can join me on something that I've already recorded, but my video starting a series on Fallout. Doing a very similar thing to this. It's going to be Fallout Friday. The aim is to get through the entire series of those games. I'm starting with Fallout 3 because I don't hate myself to be starting work and one of the early Fallout games at the same time with no knowledge going in. I would much rather play a game I'm fairly familiar with at this stage, just simply because life's about to be really busy, I think. Across here. But I'm so looking forward to playing something with fast travel. Just being able to zip across the map when it's come to something like this. You know, because all I've done is walk the same path that we've done before. You know, this isn't a unique path. We haven't gained too much from doing this. And there's something attacking me. we've just walked, you know, a path that we've literally done once before. And I think that's where fast travel comes in. I think if you were to be able to fast travel to places that you haven't been before, it's not even less sense. You're not getting the full experience. But now that we have done the walk before, you know, I'm cutting out the video for a good reason. He says not cutting it out and just actually talking over it all instead. Oh, you resisted magic, eh? Feels like so long ago since we were last here, but yeah, I think it was probably only a couple of episodes. It's probably only last week recording time for me, but you know. Back at the camp. Apparently I can't rest because there's enemies nearby. Now, Mesa, that was the wise woman, right? If I remember correctly. I'm allowed to sleep in their beds, aren't I? That might be something we have to do. Nope, you're not the right person. Sorry, didn't mean to disturb you. How about over here? No? This one? Wise Woman's. Nibani Mesa. Lost prophecies. You have these lost prophecies. You will tell me these things over and over until I have them by heart, and then you will tell me what these priests say, what they see in these words, and then you must leave me. Hunt, sleep, train, feed, learn the land. I must bring these things into me and place them before my ancestors and listen to them, and to the skies and the stars of my dreams, and then, when the moons have come and gone, return and I will give you my judgment. Okay. Also, I'm immune to disease now, by the way. I'm going to sleep overnight. How's that? Just sleep on that floor and then ready for the judgment. The ancestors and the stars have given me a clear signs. The lost prophecies leave no doubt. The incarnate shall be an outlander. You, blessed by Azura, must lift the 7 curses of Dagoth Ur. Prophecy has shown the 7 steps of the Nervarine's paths, and I have been chosen as your guide for each step on that path. I will read the signs and show you the way. It is time for you to walk the path of the 7 visions and pass the 7 trials of the 7 visions. You are born on a certain day to uncertain parents, so you have passed the first trial. My dreams show that you also fulfill the second trial, that neither blight nor age can harm him, the curse of the flesh before him flies. I have read the signs, but I cannot understand. Can you explain this to me? Tell how I got the corpus disease and how it was cured. That you have overcome the curse of the flesh is strange enough, but that it should protect you from blight and age is past belief. Yet the signs of my dreams are clear. You have passed the second trial, but the third trial is unfulfilled. The mystery of the third trial is not my secret to share. Go to Sul-Matul, the garden of our court, and he shall tell you of the third trial. When you have fulfilled the third trial, return to me for guidance on what you should do next on the path of the Nervarine. Let's go do the third trial. What is the third trial? Just so we're refreshed and know where we are. Third trial. In the legend, there is a shrine to Azura called the Cavern of the Incarnate. There are secrets I may not tell you about this cavern. Do not ask. What time are we on? Okay. As we head over to Sul-Matul's yurt, thank you for watching. I've been Billy. This is where we're going to put our cut in today. I don't think we got a nice screenshot either. I maybe got one at the beginning, but we'll get another one at the end, just in case. I have, because it says TM there. We had it of Ebonheart. There we go. I also like that. Might have already had this screenshot, but choice is no bad thing. If you could like the video, as it helps, as everyone says, and it also, I have no clue if it helps the algorithm, to be honest. That's just what people say. But do you know what it does help? It helps me, because I see that like and I go, yeah, I'm doing something okay. Drop a comment if you've got any questions or have any thoughts on this, and drop a subscription if you want more of this sort of video. I will be producing Morrowind every day of the week bar Friday, Saturday, Friday being Fallout and Saturday being a deep dive into other games. That will be it anyway. Thank you and goodbye.